It was only when I destroyed these three distractions I'm going to give you in this video that I was able to build a business in university from my college apartment from zero to $10,000 per month at 19 years old. So let's get into what those three distractions are. And I'm not just going to give you the three distractions, I'm going to give you the replacements. Because the biggest thing with distractions is everyone tells you don't scroll, don't have bad friends, don't do these sorts of things, but they don't tell you what to replace it with. So I'm going to give you what exactly I replaced each of these three distractions with that allowed me to skyrocket my progress to my goals. Let's get into it. The first distraction are friends. I know this is going to be a little controversial because you go to college to meet people, to network, but I promise you, bro, if you are a young man and entrepreneurship, business is a priority in your life, this is going to make it so apparent that friends are literally one of the biggest distractions in college and in your success. This is why. I want you to picture yourself at 30 years old with your goals achieved. You have the profitable business, you have amazing mental health, you have amazing physical health, you have amazing partner, wife. Would that person still feel like they could relate to the current friends you have in college? Because the truth is, if you're someone like me, the people, 90% of the people in college, bro, are directionless. They don't want to start a business. They want to work a 9 to 5. They want to live a uh, modern life, enjoy the comforts of the modern world, such as Netflix, scrolling on TikTok, gossiping about their friends, talking about sports. I don't give a frick about any of those things. I love just building and creating things, and specifically businesses and products that genuinely excite me. And I know at 30, I'm going to still be talking about those things. I'm going to still be working out. I'm going to still be learning about Sikhi and faith and spirituality and different skills in business. So if that's someone you want to be and that's someone you are right now, get rid of the friends that have nothing to do with those things, that are not aligned with those things. And that might mean getting rid of all your friends. That's what I did, bro. I took a gap semester at 18 for the first 3 months to go all in on my business. I had no friends besides my roommate, and even he was out of the house. And you know what's crazy? I specifically, strategically picked my roommate because he was also doing a business. And I promise you, bro, when you have no friends in college, and this is going to be kind of counterintuitive, no close friends, no buddies that you go and hang out with randomly and that don't serve your goals, that don't care about your goals or your ambitions or anything. If you get rid of those people and you're just alone, I know it's kind of scary, but I promise you, bro, your older self will be so thankful for that decision if you make that decision. Because I made that decision and I'm so grateful I did that. Because it was through that sacrifice that I was able to not sacrifice my goals. You're either sacrificing your goals or you're sacrificing the meaningless friendships that don't even add anything to your life and you don't add anything to their lives. Because truthfully, deep down, you're not the right friend for them. They need to find their own buddy circle friends. You're someone that's a builder or a creator. So you need to hang around other builders and creators, but the truth is in college, bro, there's not many of them, and the people that are that, they don't usually make other friends at this point in their stage. Save that for when you're in your 30s. Save that for your customers. So this is the replacement. Who do you need to replace these friends that are not compatible with you anymore? Replace them with your customers. That's what I did to make a huge transformation. And you want to know the real advice, bro, to grow a business? Bro, have 90% of the people you talk to be your customers. Ask them questions from all the way from selling to them, like the prospects, the leads you have. The majority of your time talking to another human should be your prospects. That's what I would do. I'd hop on sales calls with med spas and sell them and pitch them my services to help them acquire more customers with marketing, Facebook ads, lead gen, follow-ups, all these sorts of things. And then once they were my client, I would hop on calls with them. How are the ads going? I would show them. I would report to them. How are you feeling with our services? What can we do better? What can we do? What's working for you? What do you enjoy? What do you not like? And I would iterate. And my product got so good to the point we were getting them 60x return on their ad spend. This was at 19, bro. I went from someone that didn't even know how to run a Facebook ad. I didn't even know what a med spa was. But I took a gap semester. I had no friends, so I had the bandwidth to focus on my skills and my goals and make daily progress. Bro, entrepreneurship is not pretty, bro, in the terms of how normal people look at it. And it's the reason why not everyone is a business owner. But if you're a little screwed up in the head like me, and you love building things and you love providing value to others and you love delivering results to other people, this is a path for you. If you love waking up and getting on your laptop and making money online with something that excites you and is fulfilling for you, I promise you, bro, get rid of the friends that don't see that the same way. Because the reason why they're so bad is because when you're with them, the natural thoughts that come up in your head don't serve you. Whereas if you were alone, the natural thoughts that would come up in your head would serve your business. When you're alone and you wake up and you just have your laptop, the natural thoughts you have in your head are, what do I need to work on today? Oh, I planned that last night. Let's get to work on that. Let's start that ad copy. Let's start that onboarding system. Let's go. Oh, we have that sales call in 2 days. Let's prepare for that. Those are the natural thoughts. You don't even have to plan or have a crazy productivity system. Just naturally, when you get rid of these friends that don't serve you, that are just focused on the consulting and the sunlight deprived Amazon internship, when you get rid of those people, naturally your brain starts serving you for your business and it becomes easy to make progress because you are actually focused on your own things and your brain is almost like your best mentor and coach just telling you what to do that will work. Whereas when you're with these people, I guarantee you have the same ambition. You have the same ambition to build a business to 10K per month and beyond, build $1 million company and beyond, and maybe in the future to hundreds of millions because you're ambitious like me. When you have that ambition, but you're with the wrong friends, the natural thoughts that serve you are, why did my friend do that? Why did my friend say that? Or I wonder how my friend's doing. Oh, maybe we should hang out. Maybe we should play basketball. None of those thoughts and actions serve the entrepreneurial side of you, the ambitious side of you. And the truth is, the reason why I'm saying, like, yeah, you'll have temporary fun doing those temporary fun things with them, like going to a party or just having a laugh with them. Those things are cool, but I promise you, your 30-year-old self won't even remember those things. What they will remember is the skills you developed, the experiences in entrepreneurship and businesses you developed, the first sales calls you had, the first product you implemented, the customers you talked to, the friends that supported your dreams and ambitions and that you could learn from. Can you actually learn something from your friend? And if you just say, oh yeah, they're nice and kind, that's the bare minimum, bro. That's the bare minimum. And I promise you, a lot of your friends are not even that nice and kind. They do it for a selfish reason because the real people that have your back are your family and maybe one or two really close friends, maybe your hometown friend. But besides that, bro, I promise you in college, be open to meeting new people. But I just wish someone told me that the expectation is, bro, don't have friends because they distract you. 100%. Put all that time and energy into your goals. Replace how much time you talk to your low level friends. I don't want to say low level because no one's better or worse than you. I just believe that they're not compatible with you. And it's very rare to find compatible friends. So just have the expectation. Because if you don't have this expectation, you're going to make a lot of friends that are incompatible with you. And it's going to slow down your progress like crazy, bro. Incompatible friends are literally the death to your goals. Because again, your brain will naturally start telling itself things that don't serve your true inner ambitions and your true personality type. If you're a builder and you're a creator and you're surrounded by mediocre people that just want to live the modern comfort life, I keep reiterating this because you're different, bro. You're watching this video because you're different. So make the change. Slowly stop hanging out with those people. And if you were someone like me, I literally cut off my friends. Now, I wish I handled it a little different. I could have texted them saying like, "Hey man, I'm actually focused on this right now. Probably won't be able to hang out for the next couple of weeks or months." And then slowly it would drift apart. But I literally sent a text to one of my high school friends I was living with. Yo, bro, I don't think we should be friends anymore. I believe we have very different values and very different paths, and I wish the best for you. That's what I did, and it gave me the mental clarity and bandwidth. And it sucked for the first couple of weeks because I actually loved that friend. In high school, we took math classes together and we studied hard together. But I knew that if I kept engaging in that friendship, he just wanted to get he just wanted good grades and all those sorts of things. But I wanted to go beyond that. And I'm telling you, it's so hard to actually pursue your thing when you're surrounded by people that don't even believe in your thing. He didn't even believe in what I could do with entrepreneurship. Sorry, guys, my camera just died. But it was, in fact, my friend. I could even sense jealousy from him when I would talk about my goals and my business ventures. I'm telling you, bro, friends in college, they're not your real friends. And you know it deep down, bro. And it's no hard feelings, bro, that if 10 years from now you wouldn't be able to relate to them, that if you were to just cut off the friendship right now, I promise you, bro, it's doing both of you a favor. Because I wish someone told me that, because I would pretend like I could still relate to them. I would pretend like I still wanted them as a friend. And that's even worse for both of you, because eventually that friendship is going to feel like a trap. It's going to feel so dead that you're just delaying confrontation and that sucky feeling. You might as well just have it right now. Have the hard conversation right now, and your future self will be thankful. And you need to get in the habit of this, because that's what entrepreneurship is. It's doing things that are comfortable right now but serve your future self. That is the biggest takeaway. Do things that serve yourself right now, that are uncomfortable right now but serve your future self. And it's by deleting that first distraction, destroying that first distraction of friends in college. The second distraction is your phone. Now, you've heard this, but I'm going to give you a unique argument, an unconventional argument that I know is going to make you stop using your phone. Okay? I want you to understand this. You actually do not get happiness by using your phone. It's just right now you're in an illusion. You're almost actually, you have a dopamine addiction to your phone, to scrolling TikTok. If you scroll Reels, TikTok, if you have notifications enabled, if you check your phone iMessages continuously throughout the day, if you can't even sit through a whole entire lecture in your college without checking your phone once, you have a dopamine addiction. Just as if someone was addicted to alcohol, as if someone was addicted to nicotine, you are addicted to dopamine. And dopamine addiction is the biggest obstacle and distraction to you focusing and getting work done in your business. Because if there's only one thing I can make you do to start making progress to 10K per month, is doing work every single day, deep work every single day. We're covering the three distractions that make it hard to do that. Number one is your friends that crowd your brain to think differently, think things that are not aligned with your work. The second thing is your dopamine addiction with your phone. This is extremely this is a problem, bro. You have a problem with your phone. And it's time that I bring it up to that level, because right now it is normalized to have a dopamine addiction. Everyone in your life has a dopamine addiction, including your mom, including your freaking grandma that scrolls shorts. And it's so sad to see, because we humans are not supposed to be people that just lie on a bed and just swipe and mouth breathe and chuckle here and there. That's not what life is supposed to be. We're supposed to be waking up, and there's different archetypes for you as a human. For me, it's going and building something, creating something. Maybe you're a more social person. It's going having conversations with real people and helping people through conversation. For me, it's helping people through building products and tools and software and services. I'm not saying you need to be like me, but what I will say is it's not normal to be always in this mode where you have to check your phone. I promise you, that's the biggest thing holding you back from focusing. I can't even explain to you, you have not even been able to focus for so long, because if you have a dopamine addiction. And the moment you cure it, bro, your life changes. You wake up and you feel motivation again. You don't feel lethargic all the time. You don't feel brain dead. You don't feel like you're operating at 20% of your capacity. And it's so normalized that to operate at 20% of your capacity that you don't even realize you're operating at that low level. And the moment you get rid of your dopamine addiction, I'm going to share with you how you actually enjoy life again and do get dopamine from things that fulfill you. Because the truth of dopamine is you get dopamine from working on your business, but the issue is you have a dopamine addiction, meaning that you need higher and higher and higher dopamine to feel that same response. And you can only get that from scrolling, from, for a lot of people, drugs, from watching Netflix, from, doing any instant gratification thing like sugar, eating sugar. You need that level of dopamine to be happy and motivated, or even even have some will to live and breathe. That's how deep it gets with dopamine. That's the bar for you. So anything below that, because the dopamine you get from work is lower. It is lower, I won't lie to you. We need to reset your dopamine level so you're not doing any of these high dopamine spike activities like scrolling, TikTok, Instagram, just freaking wasting time on social media. We need to get rid of those things so that all you have, the only dopamine you can get from is working on your business. And that's what actually makes you happy. Once you get rid of these things, you don't even want to look at these things. You will start looking at everyone else scrolling and being on TikTok and everyone's saying normal, it's a balance. You will look at that and you're like, bro, you're not even, these companies have designed these things to take away your time and attention for their own businesses. And it's preventing you from actually conquering your goals. And I promise you, bro, let me just put this into perspective. Let's say there's you in world A and you in a different world. Let's call it world B, a different planet. All right, let's take me for example. Mon in his 20s that doesn't have social media, that is just focused on his business, who's going to get to $100 million by 30? Is it that Monet, or is it the Monet that uses social media every single day, TikTok every day, scrolls every day, and his dopamine receptors are fried? He can't even focus during lecture. He can't even watch a video like this entirely. Who do you think is going to be successful with their business? Who's going to have better mental health? Who's going to have better physical health? Who's going to have a better relationship with their wife? Who's going to be a better father to their kids? The guy that's a father and that's still freaking scrolling on social media, or the guy that's totally aligned with the natural dopamine boosting activities like work, like working out, like having a real conversation with a loved one? Those are the real things we should be getting dopamine from. But now these companies have artificially created things that spike our dopamine even higher, that we can't even get the dopamine boost from these normal things, so we don't even do them. Because at the end of the day, we humans want dopamine. It's just you're getting it from the activities that don't serve you. If we can just change that to the things that do serve you, that's how you effortlessly feel motivated and make progress. Progress should not be this hard, bro. You have these, I want you to think of yourself as like a hot air balloon, and you have these like things just holding the hot air balloon to the ground that's preventing you from flying up. And that is, again, friends and your phone. So, how do we get rid of a dopamine addiction? And you probably already heard this. It's by doing a dopamine detox. But the way I'm going to advise you in this video is unlike what you've probably seen with other videos. I'm not going to tell you to do a 24-hour reset where you don't look at music or Netflix or anything like that. We're going to get you on a lifestyle. Because the truth is, if I just told you to cut everything out cold turkey, it wouldn't work. Because how many times have you tried that where you deleted the apps, but then you re-downloaded them again a week later? It's not a sustainable change. It's the equivalent if I let's say I have a couple friends that want to get into lifting. If I gave them my current workout program right now, they would quit on the second day because they would get too sore, it would be too intense, and they wouldn't be able to come back the next day because their body would literally feel broken. We need to level you up to a dopamine detox lifestyle. So, what you're going to do from now on is you're going to do high dopamine activities. But the key thing is it's going to be after all your work is done, and it's going to be planned. Okay, so what are the most enjoyable dopamine activities for you? For me, it's consuming YouTube videos. I really love stand-up comedy like Andrew Schultz, Akash Singh, Dave Chappelle. That I love at the end of the day, having all my work done, and sometimes I'll eat a meal and I'll watch that. That's my thing. And I know now during the rest of the day, I'm not scrolling because that doesn't even give me a higher ROI on a dopamine boost. What are the high dopamine boost activities for you? And honestly, bro, I've gotten to the point where I actually prefer reading over these things, but you're not there yet. Okay, so I don't want you to do that. We need you to still do some sort of dopamine activity. So you're gonna wake up, you're gonna do all your work, you're gonna do your classes, you're not gonna check Instagram, TikTok once. I want you to delete those apps right now. If this is a serious goal for you, delete those apps. And if you don't, bro, this channel's not for you. I promise you, bro, if you still scroll on TikTok, how are you going to build anything meaningful in this life? You need to make a sacrifice somewhere. And if you can't even sacrifice the scrolling thing that doesn't even serve you, that doesn't even make you smile, that gives you memories that you forget in instants. Like think of the TikTok you watched 2 weeks ago. Do you remember it? Yeah, but 2 months from now you're going to forget it. Okay? So go on a digital dopamine detox by doing your work and having one planned activity you're going to watch at a specific time. For me, it's 8 p.m. I'm going to watch a comedy show, but that's what I started with. Now I like to just read books. And every Friday night, I might watch a movie with my family or my girlfriend. That's my dopamine for the week. And everything else I get rid of because I know it doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve me, bro, and it doesn't serve you either. And you're going to lap the people that still are addicted to these things. So we went over friends, we went over your phone, and the last thing that's keeping you distracted is sugar. I know that's counterintuitive, bro, but the moment you go from a high sugar diet to a low sugar diet, it almost feels like your brain capacity just goes up to another notch. And that's why it's a distraction. A distraction, by definition, is something that prevents you or makes it harder for you to get closer to your goal. And having a high sugar diet will make it harder to focus, will make it harder to enjoyably work. I promise you, if you eat a bowl of cereal first thing in the morning and you try to do work versus if you eat nothing and you go do work, you will be more productive if you eat nothing. Okay? And the reason why I say low sugar is because sugar is again spiking that dopamine and you need that hit to be happy. There's a theme here, bro. There's a theme here, which is that friends, sugar, your phone are all instant sources of gratification that make it so that you need this level of hits to be happy. And then you don't even do the work in your business because again, you don't get the same hit from it. So when we get rid of these high dopamine spiking things like sugar, phone, and your friends that don't serve you, all that's left is the work. And then you start getting dopamine boosts from that work. But it takes time. So give yourself a week to 2 weeks of gradually doing your work, doing your classes, talking to people, and no longer scrolling with the apps deleted. If you can just do that for 2 weeks, bro, you will actually start to love this lifestyle more and you will never go back. I will never go back to a scrolling lifestyle. I will never go back to watching YouTube first thing in the morning. I will never go back to having friends that are just there to just gossip with and not even talk about our growth or goals with, or not to have meaningful experiences with, just gossip and just talk trash and just laze around. I'll never go back to those types of people once you experience that. But right now, you need to be consistent with it and know it's going to take a week to two to adapt to that new routine. But that's how you were always meant to live, bro. You were not meant to live with all these instant gratification and modern comforts of the current world. And once we get rid of them, everything in your life starts to fold together. Your business, your mental health, your physical health. I can't wait to see you win, my guy. If you want the complete system, if this video resonated with you, if you're someone like me or my younger self, right, honestly, I'm still like him, where I'm growth oriented. I value creating things, building things, entrepreneurship, learning, spirituality, and faith. If you're someone like that, click the first link in the description. I give you every system I use to achieve my goals in school, get straight A's in computer science, build a $10,000 per month business, have better mental health, have better physical health, and I can't wait to see you win. Peace out.